Now, onto the history and culture of salsa. The origins of salsa date back to the 1900s in eastern Cuba, where musical elements and rhythms from various styles were combined. Cuban son and Afro-Cuban rumba, the two main styles, used diverse musical instruments to create the basis of a rhythm that would later become known as salsa. Almost 50 years went by before this new rhythm reached Havana. There, salsa absorbed influences from other local Cuban music and from American jazz and continued to evolve. Due to the revolution in Cuba, many musicians relocated to the United States, especially to New York City. Among the Hispanic community, these musicians found an ideal environment to develop their rhythm into what we know as salsa today. This was especially true in El Barrio, also known as Spanish Harlem. Now, Spanish music is a mix of different Caribbean rhythms and instruments. That diversity provides its unique sound. Salsa dance has also similarly evolved and adapted over the years to better suit the taste of different localities, leading to the creation of different regional styles of salsa, as you can see here. Now, the LA style shines have their roots in Latin ballroom, where couples break away from each other in the middle of a dance to start shining. Women will extend their arms to strike a pose, then play with stylistic hip and hair movements. Men shines tend to focus on tricky footwork based on Puerto Rican style salsa. LA style salsa dancers often develop highly choreographed cartwheels and flip routines into their movements. Rueda de Casino is a type of salsa where you are passing your partner in a circle as they are dancing. This is often used in various exercises and choreography. And here is a quick video to showcase the Rueda de Casino.
Me habló de que había escuchado comentario entre la gente, porque Habana de primera se coló rápidamente, que no entiende el porqué de mi sabor elegante y que muchos se disgustan porque yo no soy cantante. Le dije no, tengo miedo y voy camino a la cima, lo que digan por ahí me levanta.
Celia Cruz is known as the Queen of Salsa music. She was born in 1925 and died in 2003. Please watch the next 2.5-minute video, which details her life and how her music influenced salsa and influenced America.
Celia Cruz was one of the most successful salsa performers of the 20th century and known internationally as the Queen of Salsa.
Celia Cruz embodied the smoldering essence of Cuban and salsa music.
If you've ever danced to a salsa song, chances are you've danced to a Celia Cruz song.
One of 14 children, Celia Cruz was born in Havana, Cuba on October 21st, 1925. By the time she was a teenager, she had won many local talent shows as a singer. In 1947, she entered Cuba's Conservatory of Music.
Celia Cruz's big break was in 1950 when the lead singer of the Sonora Matancera, which is a Cuban orchestra, left and Celia Cruz was tapped to fill in. But she actually stayed with the group for 15 years and they traveled with this orchestra all over Latin America.
During the 1959 Cuban communist takeover, Celia Cruz was touring in Mexico. She decided to immigrate to the United States rather than returning to Cuba and became a U.S. citizen 2 years later. In 1962, Cruz married fellow band member Pedro Knight, who later became her manager.
Celia Cruz joined fellow salsero Tito Puente in the mid-1960s. That's when she really became exposed to a larger audience. They recorded 8 albums together.
Celia Cruz was wow. I mean, she came on stage and she was dressed up and she moved and she engaged with the audience and she had this energy about her, like she was singing to you.
Celia Cruz had such charisma, it was like she was on fire. Even if you didn't understand the lyrics to her songs because she was singing in Spanish, you could feel the vibration of it and it was very captivating.
One of Cruz's most successful albums was her 1974 duo album, Celia and Johnny, with Johnny Pacheco.
In the 70s, Celia Cruz appeared with the Fania All-Stars, the only woman to do so, which increased her popularity and visibility.
Because the Fania All-Stars were basically an ensemble orchestra made up of all the best salsa musicians in the country, such as El Canario and Rubén Blades. It exposed her to worldwide audiences.
Celia Cruz continued to tour and make albums throughout the 1980s and 90s. She won a Grammy Award in 1990, and in 1992 starred with Antonio Banderas in the film Mambo Kings. In 2001, she was awarded the National Medal of Arts by Bill Clinton.
In the late 1990s, Wyclef Jean, very popular hip-hop artist, remade her song Guantanamera. She embraced the song. She appeared in the music video. It was so much happy energy. The song was a hit. It was incredible.
One of the things that Celia Cruz did is bring salsa to the mainstream. She made it accessible and global and not regional.
Celia Cruz succumbed to brain cancer and died on July 16, 2003, at her Fort Lee, New Jersey home. Over 200,000 fans paid their final respects when her body lay in state in Miami's Freedom Tower. She was 77.
Celia Cruz is one of the most important Cuban musicians. She had 23 gold records, including collaborations with the Fania All-Stars, with Tito Puente. You really can't overstate her influence on Cuban music.
Celia Cruz, the queen of salsa, helped propel that genre into pop culture. And she was able to do it at a time when it was very male-dominated, but she was able to succeed.
Celia Cruz took Cuban music, which for many, many years simply stayed in Cuba, and made it global.
Yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana, si estaremos juntos, si se acaba.
Now we're on to our third and final lesson of today, salsa. So salsa is a little bit more complicated footwork-wise than bachata and merengue. So first what we're going to do is we're going to step back on our right foot. So as I step back on my right foot, I'm going to step in place on my left foot. That will be 2. So your counts are, you're going to go back on 1, step in place 2, pause on 3, and then step back together on 4. Now, again, we're going to step back on 1, step in place on that left front foot, 2, pause for 3, and then step back together on 4. Now again, this time with counts. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now, let's do it forward. This is going to be on the opposite foot. So we're going to step forward on our left foot first. And here we go. And step forward 1. We're going to step in place on our right back leg. 2. Pause on 3. And come back together on 4. So again, going forward, starting with your left leg forward. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Step 1, forward. Step in place 2. Hold 3. And then step back together on 4. Again to the front. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Hold 3 and 4. Good. Now we're going to go back and forward. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, hold 3, 4. 1, 2, hold 3, 4. Great job. Now, since salsa is a little bit more complicated, I will be turning around and showing you the basic footwork this way like we would do in a real dance class. So, here we go. First we're going to do is we're going to step back on the 1. We're going to go 1, and then this 2 here, 2. Step 3 is your pause, and 4 is back together. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So it's very important to keep that pause. Here we go again. I'll be stepping backwards on my right. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, hold 3, 4. and 5, 6, hold 7, 8. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a salsa basic going backwards and a salsa basic going forward. So follow my lead, watch me first. What we're going to do is 5, 6, 7, 8. Step 1, 2, hold 3, 4, step forward, 5, 6, hold 7, 8. Ready? Let's do it together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, hold 3, 4, 5, 6, hold 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want to stay very fluid, and we want to be able to work back and forth. In those pauses, we should still be moving somehow. We shouldn't be static. Let's try it again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great job. So now that you've mastered the salsa basic, we're going to speed up the tempo just a little bit. Ready? Follow me first, and then let's do it together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ready? Let's do it together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great job.
No me pidas algo que es del tiempo. Yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana si estaremos juntos, si se acaba el mundo. Yo no sé si soy para ti, si serás para mí, si lleguemos a amarnos, odiarnos. Yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana quién va a estar aquí.
Vaya, de Cali para el mundo, jugando a la pelota. Óyeme, mamá no quiere que yo juegue a la pelota. Mamá no quiere que yo juegue a la pelota. Con Jefferson y Adrianita la rumba se alborota. Mamá no quiere que yo juegue a la pelota. Mamá no quiere que yo juegue a la pelota.